Mistakenly considered less cool, the lesser rituals play a crucial role in navigating the Tree of Life and setting up a magical space. Recently, we delved into their meanings and symbolism. In this one, we will discuss alternative perspectives to bring clarity. And while some information we will repeat, start with the previous videos for more context. For those new to my work, I go by the name of POTB. I discuss esotericism, human potential, and creativity. Stick around if that sounds interesting, and if you need magic manuals or diagrams, visit my Etsy store as it likely has what you need. The Lesser Rituals. As covered in the previous videos, the LRP and the LRH were invented by the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Still influencing culture, the Golden Dawn was an outer order of the inner Rosa Rubet Roa Crucis. The key detail is that while the LRP was taught in this outer order, the LRH was kept for the inner. The Pentagram and the LRP. By bringing internal order and psychic negentropy, the LRP elevates you from mundane mind states associated with Malkut to Har and closer to Tiferet. It puts you at the intersection of the paths of Samek and Pe, which enables, or quote-unquote unlocks several operations. Paroketh. The first is rending the veil with the greater and the supreme pentagrams we'll discuss in a moment. Being the abyss on a lower arc, Paroketh, meaning veil, borders between the lower and the higher aspects of the soul, separating daily consciousness from the subconscious. Paroketh sits right below Tiferet, the sun, and above Yesod, the moon. Rending it enables the lightning flash to descend into the sublunar realms, clearing its way downward. Names and elements. The Kabbalistic cross, the LRP's first gesture, identifies you with the tree, which maps your psyche, and as previously covered, the LRP includes Keter's names Echei and Agua. While the elements are in Malkut, which is below Paroketh, the GRP and the SRP also include Har Sephirotic names. El from Loteri Heset's El, Elohim from Fari Gebur's Elohim Gibor, and Yehovah from Eri Tiferet's Yehovah Lavadat. After the LRP brings balance and the veil is rendered, these names work directly via the corresponding elements, so attuning to one includes a Har divine name working through it. Fourfold Nature. The tree's fourfold nature is mirrored in the Sephiroth's names, each linked to a Kabbalistic world, yet the GRP and the SRP have only Har Atzilutic names. An alternative perspective might be seeing this as stage 1 of quote-unquote unlocking the tree. Imagine the whole diagram with minimal opacity, while the Pats and Sephiroth in the LRP with full, and Hesed and Gebora with a quarter or 25% analogous to the access obtained. Let me know what you think, and let's proceed with the LRH. The Hexagram and the LRH. The Lesser Hexagram is the second operation the LRP unlocks or enables. The LRH is macrocosmic, tied to the sun's subjective positioning, unlike the microcosmic LRP, which is based on subjective perception. The LRH identifies you with the sun, putting you at the center of the equinoxes and solstices, and since Tiferet, the sun, is above Paroketh, hexagrams do not require ending the veil. Considered by Western magic a position of supreme balance, this enables all macrocosmic operations, including interpersonal levels symbolized by the planets and transpersonal associated with the zodiac signs. A common and more obvious interpretation is that these relate to the external. A complementary one is that the traditional hexagram is made of two triangles expressing the dual nature of these forces, i.e. their mystical and practical aspects. The planets attribute to Pats and Sephiroth, the signs to Pats and Chokmah containing the zodiac. All Pats go with Atzilut colors, whereas everything Sephirotic is Braya, and as previously covered, traditional hexagrams are made of fire and water triangles. With that in mind, consider the fiery and practical Atzilut and the watery and mystical Braya. Speaking of this, planets and signs have multiple names you can find in 777's column V or 5 divine names in Asiya. Orders. The signs are attributed to both planets and elements. The original Golden Dawn picked the latter, working them through the Supreme Pentagram, which like the LRH and the Supreme Hexagram SRH was kept for the inner order, above 5 = 6. When building the AA, Crowley made several arrangements, including expanding the SRH into the GRH to work with the dual natures of planets and signs, streamlining the SRP into the GRP to focus on the elements, and adding all those rituals alongside the LRP in the neophyte, which is right above probationer. The bottom line is that, just like working with any element demands the LRP to unlock or enable it, the planets and the signs require the LRH to do the same, letting you approach them from a position of power and balance. The whole tree. As visual people, we can now imagine the whole tree with full opacity as our LRP and LRH unlocked all its components, providing complete access to the depths of our souls. So it might be argued that the lesser rituals are actually more special, as without them nothing really happens. The LRP unlocks the LRH and some parts of the tree, and together they do the whole diagram. Let me know if you agree. Everything else is rather subsequent, alluding to the fact that magic and self-transformation always start from within, which kind of puts the LRP on a pedestal, bringing insights into why Crowley likened it to the Philosopher's Stone, serving the most critical function in any operation and transmutation. But that's just my opinion. Let me know if it resonates, check the links in the description, subscribe, and thank you for your time.